Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is April. I go by Ruby Rouge here on the YouTubes. Today's video is my inventory video. Yay! I love this video. Even though I think this is only the second or third time I've ever done it. But I started doing an inventory way back in 2014. I just found that it was a really good way to help keep me some balance, keep me in check when I'm trying to buy too much or when I'm looking for things to buy. Honestly, and another good quick thing is I keep it on my Google Docs so like I can access it if I'm in the store and not buy things that I have way too much of. So yeah, over the years I just feel like it's helped me to not be super wasteful, even though, you know, it can be easy to just get excited and overbuy stuff. So yeah. Certainly not perfect. Even with an inventory, I still tend to overbuy sometimes, but it does offer a way to just quickly pull me back when I'm lugging the stuff into my inventory and I'm like, oh crap, you know, way too much. It does quickly pull me back so I could stop then and not let the damage go unchecked. It also keeps me really organized, and as I work through categories, I always know which ones my oldest products are, so when I'm doing project panning, I can just pull from the top, what's at the top, what's next. And anyways, so yeah, I know that you guys didn't come here for me to tell you why I like having an inventory. I know you want to see the pictures, so let's get started. Let's get started with the pictures. So last year I started doing pictures, and along with my list, this is going to be the first year that I can compare progress in this very visual way, and I'm just really excited about it.
Alright, so this first section is body wash, and as you can see, I added a few more. So throughout, I'll stay consistent. Throughout this, the left will be the images from 2021, and then on the right we'll have 2022. So as you can see, I did add quite a few. I don't really know what was going on. I don't know why I was adding so much body wash. Part of me kind of thinks it has something to do with like COVID, and this was kind of the one thing that I really, part of my routine, this was one of the areas of my routine that I got to enjoy and actually use a lot of my products. I wasn't wearing as much makeup, so maybe I was just kind of overcompensating here. I don't really know. I don't know what I did. It was very interesting though. The next category is body scrubs. Once again, I added 2. So I went from 2 to 4. So I had a skin rash last year. I think it was either eczema or stress related. I did finally get it to go away, but it did cause me to have this, have an issue with all of my like body products because I was trying to figure out what was causing what, and doing a scrub, I really didn't want to do a scrub on top of having the rash and not know what was triggering it. So I actually purposely didn't use these last year, and already, spoiler alert for this year, since I've done the inventory, I've gotten rid of one of the scrubs already. So, and then lotion. Lotion, I went from 10 to 20. Once again, I definitely feel like this had a lot to do with the skin issue, because I did buy like a whole bunch of lotions. I knew that I've had issues with eczema in the past, and so I was trying to treat it myself, and so I just bought all these lotions that didn't end up really, they helped, but none of them actually got rid of it. I ended up having to get a steroid. So yeah, I spent a lot of money buying a lot of extra lotions. Then I made the whole Lush thing. So yeah, I have a lot of lotion to use. It's doable to do in probably a year and a half. I'll be back to normal, but I have got to stop buying lotions. Bath bombs. Once again, I am up. So this is like bubble bath, bath bombs. Once again, I'm up. I went from 3 to 9. You know, I don't know. I really got into bath products. And like I said, like I mentioned before, a lot of this did have to do with that kind of Lush purchase right at the end of the year. Body sprays. Another one, 5. I went from 5 to 8. I am trying to diligently use up a couple of these this year that I did start on last year. I just didn't get finished. So I do have some good progress on a couple of these. I got so into perfumes this year. I don't know, it was just like the last couple months of the year. And I'm going to tell you what triggered it was this Nirvana. I have this Nirvana perfume and it is one of my absolute favorites. Well, they discontinued it. So I'm in Sephora and I'm trying to find my replacement for it. I'm trying to smell all of these things to just find something similar. And I smelled so many good things. And I just ended up buying, especially a lot of like rollerball size. I was trying to keep it affordable because I wasn't sure which ones I would really want to wear in the long term. I still haven't really decided, but I am enjoying my perfume addiction right now. I just definitely don't need to buy any more, but I did go from, let's see, my categories are a little messed up here because I had three full-size perfumes, and now I have 4 full-size perfumes, but I had only 2 rollerballs. Now I have 7. And then as far as perfume minis, I think I actually messed up here and I do actually have 1, but I went from 4 to, it says 0, but here is the totals for the year. I hope that you guys can see these a little bit. So the numbers marked in red are the highest numbers ever that I've ever had in that category, and then the numbers in pink are the second highest. And if you can see, since I've started, so I started taking an inventory at 2014, now at 22, I have pretty much the highest numbers in every category, except for perfume minis, which I had 17 at one point. Thankfully, I do not have that. That's the little mini sample sizes you get from Sephora, and then roller balls. At one point, I actually had 13 of those. And then, funny enough, I have 20 lotions now, but when I started in 2014, I had 18, and then the next year I was down to 8. So definitely doable for me to use a whole bunch of lotions in 1 year, especially a lot of these do have a lot of progress on them already. So shampoos, these are all full-size shampoos, and honestly it hasn't changed much. The pictures look pretty similar. I did declutter the Refresh brand shampoo. I just didn't feel like it was very good for my hair, and I added 1 shampoo bar. So the numbers, are pretty similar. I went from 12 to 13. My next category is deep conditioners, and honestly, I added 1, but I've already used the Lush Hot Oil. Spoiler alert again. I did already use that in the meantime of filming this. So I went from 5 to 6, but now I'm back down to 5 again. The next category I have is shampoo minis. I did end up, at the end of the year, I ended up getting a whole bunch in random orders that I had made. So I definitely am up this year. I went from 9 to 14. I did declutter the Diva Curl stuff. My next category is full-size styling products. I'm only up 2. These categories look pretty similar. I actually bought one of the products that I'm up is I went ahead and bought a backup because I'm almost out of something. I have a few of these products that I need to get out this year. Styling minis. Now I really regret I don't have a picture of this from last year, and this is a category that I work really hard to try and keep down. I am up though from on last year, so I have got it all the way down to 9, and now I'm up to 14. But I say I got it all the way down to 9 because back in 2015 I had 23. And these take a while to use. It's full mini styling products. They still take, sometimes they can take like a year or more for me to use with my hair type and my texture. So this is my deep conditioner sample category. I ended up using / decluttering the brown colored Moroccan oil. I see what happened here. So I used a couple and then a few things got replaced, I think. Okay, so I went from 7 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I just noticed that my numbers are wrong on my inventory, which it's really hard to get these things exactly right. So when you see my numbers, they're going to be slightly off. So looking at all of my totals for hair care, I have 64 total products for 2022, which is down from 81 total products in 2014. So I'm still making progress. However, if you notice the red, I am up. Let's see, my highest year was this year for full-size shampoos. Deep conditioner, this is my highest number. I'm getting really close with my shampoo minis. I'm at 14. My highest number was 21. I've done good on deep conditioner samples. However, styling, full-size styling, I'm back up to my highest year. Well, no, back in 2014, so I just made a mistake here. Back in 2014, I had 18, so that's just a mistake. And then styling sample, I am close once again to my highest year. I do have, if you notice, back in 2014, I have 50, but I did my categories different then, so that's just a difference in process, not really an accurate number. Now let's get into the hand stuff. Hand cream, oh my gosh. I had like this weird year with hand cream, and in 2021, and like I had bought some for gifts and then didn't end up needing them, and so I kept them, and then my grandma gave me a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of hand care she was getting rid of, and so I ended up with 12. I went from 3 to 12 in 2021. I managed to use one of those last year, which wasn't that great for me. I usually do better than that with hand care, but so now I'm down to 11. Foot cream, same thing. That was all this year. So I added in these foot masks. So I went from 2 foot care type products to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total products. I'm not sure. So this is foot cream and foot scrub, or like masks. I am up though in foot and hand and foot care to 16, which is way more than I want. Last year I had 14. The highest number I've ever had before that was 10. Face cleanser. These pictures look really similar. There's one less Bioderma. There's some soap dishes, but very consistent in the products that I like to use. I have 11 face cleansers. It says I'm down from 13. Really though, when it comes to full-size face cleansers, it really just matters how much backstock I have of the stuff I always buy. Like Cetaphil comes in 3s, and the sulfur soap comes in either 3s or 6s, depending on whatever's the best price. So that's, I'm good with that. Cleanser sample, I am up again. I went from 8 to 12, but I am going to tell you what I did. I used this Biore charcoal cleanser, and I loved it. I figured out that that was my absolute favorite cleanser for my sample bag. It's just like a normal everyday face wash. The other favorite cleanser are the Erno Laszlo Travel Kit. So the Biore and the Erno Laszlo, I can just live with just those for my travel bag. And I found the Biore somewhere in the store, and I was like, I better buy these right now because I don't know if I'll be able to find them again, because they weren't at the first couple places that I looked. Cleansing cloths aren't really my thing. I do like to have these little travel ones with me just to help in the process with removing makeup. I've been working on this box for a while. I had 2 boxes and there were 50 per box. I've been working on this for a while. They last a long time because they're individually sealed. So yeah, I've stayed pretty consistent at 1 for a very long time. Since 2017, actually. Moisturizer, full size, moisturizer and sunscreen, I should say. I'm down from, I had 7, now I'm down to 4. I did manage to use up, I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, yes, because I see 3 really difficult products that I did manage to use up. The Clarins, the Erno Laszlo, and the LMS rose oil, and then I did declutter the Mario Badescu, and then I bought some more sunscreens. So yeah, I'm really happy with the change. Moisturizer sample, I had 1, stayed at 1. I really wanted to try this. I bought this because it sounds super, super cool. It's silicone free, and then I never tried it. So treatments, and now we're at treatments and serums. It says I went from 17 and now I have 17. The pictures do look incredibly similar. I don't even see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything right off that's different. Then we're moving on to eye creams. I went from 9 to 7, which is great. I used up 2 and I didn't buy any more. I definitely don't need to buy any more. Eye creams take me like almost a whole year to use, like a full-size eye cream or something like this QMS balm that is really heavy. I've been using that for a very long time. The Pores, the Dr. Brandt Needles No More, I've been using for a long time as well. Peels, masks, and scrubs. I went from 24 to 32, unfortunately, and I messed up photographing these last year. I missed a whole section, so I had a lot more than what was in that just one picture last year. My highest number ever was 33, so I'm very, very close to my highest number ever. I don't love that. A few of these are sheet masks that I got in like this cute little sheet mask kit from Sephora, so hopefully, since they're single-use products, I can go ahead and get some of those out pretty quickly. Yeah. I always have a lot of peels, masks, and scrubs, though. I've never been, since I've been doing this, the lowest number I've ever been was 17, which was good. Go me. That was back in 2015, actually. All right, looking at all the totals, as you can see, I have actually done well over the years. All of the red is mostly concentrated over towards the left. So for 2014 and 15 and 16, I do, though I'm getting back up into red and pink over here in 2021, 2022. So I do want to make sure that I get that in check, get it back down. I just don't want too much backstock. That's my goal as far as inventory is concerned. I don't mind to have some. I just don't want too much backstock. I want to be able to use what I have from year to year or every year and a half or so. I would like to be able to rotate through my whole collection. That's kind of that's my goal. As far as skincare goes, I should put it that way. This next category is like foundation-y type products, base layer. So I have the primers and setting sprays. I'm at my highest number ever. I am at 11 from 9, which that little 4-piece kit has a little bit to do with that. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's wrong with me as far as foundation goes. I think that, so over the years, I have figured out that I have to wear silicone-free foundation, and silicone-free foundations had been really hard to find. Well, now they're becoming more and more available, I think, or at least for right now. I think as people have become interested in thinking that maybe silicone's causing some issues for their clogged pores. And as I find them, I buy them. And I stock up on them because I'm like, these are going to get discontinued one day. I feel it in my bones. So I need to chill. I have got to chill out. I am at my highest number ever of foundations, 18. And I don't think I used any last year. I don't think I was able to finish not one single solitary foundation last year. So I have got to do better. These guys, I have, if you open these up, which I should probably do, I have used a couple of these little blister packets in here over the years. My problem is I'm like, I really want to buy this product and I want to keep these for color. I need to do something. I need to do something with my life and get rid of these. So yeah, I'm staying consistently at 2, but I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here. Concealer, I actually went from 9 to 6. My highest number ever for concealer is 14 back in 2016. So it was a good reduction in concealer. And even if you look, the even cooler thing is that pretty much they're new products. So there's a lot of actually new, some of the older products actually rotated out and they've been replaced. So that's cool. I still have BB cream listed on my sheet, but I don't ever use BB cream. Powders, let's see, I went from 9 down to 7, so I did use 2 powders and didn't buy any more, so that's cool. I think I did, maybe I used 3, because I did actually get 1 in a kit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys, sometimes if my numbers are a little bit off, it just happens. It's not that I can't count, it's just that I'm looking at both the pictures and my inventory sheet as I'm doing this, and it's not always correct. So, all right, so once again, as you can see, we have the oldest numbers in the red and the newest numbers in the red. Gotta get this back under control. But I do have, let's see, I have 44 products in that category, and I had originally started with 51. So I'm still not all the way back to where I started, but I need to chill out. Highlighters. I went from 27 to 31. It takes me forever to use a highlighter, forever and ever and ever. I don't even know. I think these will probably end up being decluttered before they actually get used. Although I do have this Anastasia palette in the middle here that I've been using for lotion, so that will be going out soon. That's really exciting. Bronzers, once again, I went from 14 to 17, so I added 3. I wonder if that's in relation to a face palette or something of that sort. Once again, bronzers are something that take me a year and a half to use if they're full size, so I guess that's about 17 years of bronzer. That sounds crazy to say that. Looking at all of the categories, my highest numbers ever are, it's just grown over the years. I went from highlighters, went from 10, 8, 11, 11, 15, 27, 26, 27, 31. I mean, it just grew over the years. And I feel like, honestly, the majority of that growth had nothing to do with me purchasing things. It was boxes, subscription boxes. Bronzers, same story. It went from 6, 9, 10, 9, 11, 11, 9, 14, 17. I do know that I've gotten some boxes, some bronzers in different subscription bags and boxes and things in the last few years. So 2021, I had 20 and then, no. 2021 I had 23, and now at 2022 I'm up to 24. I know that in order to get my numbers down in 2017, I did this huge savage blush declutter. It was so good. I tried on every blush that I had, and I got rid of all of the ones I didn't need. I may have to do something like that again soon. I'm also trying my best to pan and pan and pan, but I've been using this one Tarte blush for 3 years now. Eye primers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm up from 3. Cream eyeshadows. This is my number. I had 4. That's from last year. I don't have any right now. I got rid of all of my cream eyeshadow type products or liquid. I just decided they weren't for me. Other categories that I used to have were singles and quads. Bare Minerals eyeshadows. I used to have a whole bunch of those. No. Okay, palettes was really hard to photograph. Long story short, I went from 36 palettes to 46. This particular category was just like a random, I was kind of like singles made into palettes. So this is my Z palettes and some Anastasia and some Inglot and MAC at the top. The whole top is MAC. And I managed to declutter a few, and then I was able to condense all of the other random singles down into one palette. I did some damage with VZR this year. I don't know what I did here. I did some serious damage. They were just having some killer sales. I love VZR shadows. Like, I love VZR shadows, and I just don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Honestly, some of the sales were just too good to pass up, and yeah, I fell apart. Yeah, so it looks like I went from about 8 to 15 VZR palettes. Oh, and they take forever to use. All right, so this is kind of confusing because I kind of switched. I wasn't really sure how I photographed these last year or what my criteria was. This year I decided that I was going to do palettes I had like one off of. And so these are one-off palettes that I either purchased myself or, like, the Too Faced palette was kind of a weird shipping accident. But all of these others are palettes. I have one palette from that brand that I actually purchased. And then on the left, from 2021, it's just kind of hodgepodge. This one is, on the right, is one-off palettes that I have that I received in some kind of subscription box. So that's what's happening there. And then once again, the 2021 on the right is just mostly one-off. I mean, we have Pat McGrath, Those of Colors, the Huda, the Lorac. Last year I only had one Lorac palette. This year that's changed. Oh, no, I had 2. I don't know. Lord, I don't know what I did with the categories last year, guys. This year I have 3 Lorac palettes. Last year I have them photographed in the other categories, but last year I had 2. I added in the, what is that, the Lorac Pro 4, because I went to Kohl's and it was at Kohl's for $15. Charlotte Tilbury went from 3 palettes to 2. One of the palettes just was not my color story. This one on the bottom left here, I think it was the Desert palette. The color story was not for me. It was terrible. It looked awful on me. And then this category, I just took the picture differently, but it's the same amount of palettes. I still have 2 Ofra palettes and 2 Juvia's Place palettes. And then lastly, I have, I received in my lucky bag last year, I received the Natasha Denona bronze palette, and I already had 2 Natasha Denona small 5-pan palettes. And so now I have 3 Natasha Denona palettes. And I've actually decluttered some Natasha Denona in the past. I think I've decluttered 2 different palettes from her. So eye products total. This is a lot. Actually, so I'm not at my highest year. I'm at my second highest year in 2022. I have 48 products. In 2014, I had 59. However, I had 24 of those Bare Minerals eyeshadows, which are just single shadows, but they're single loose shadows. I did end up using and/or decluttering, getting rid of those over time. So now, like, even though I had more product numbers in 2014, I actually probably have a lot more product in 2022, which isn't great, but I have 46 palettes. I might need to do a palette declutter soon. I'm not somebody, like, I love to pan and actually get use of my products, but I also, like, have a very real sense of will not be possible for me to pan 48 or 46 eyeshadow palettes before they go bad. Like, it's just not going to be possible. So I do like to try to get rid of stuff as as I can. And as I can let go of it. You know, it's hard for me to declutter stuff. I don't really like it. But I also don't like being overwhelmed and letting stuff go to waste either. So there's that. Brow products. I have 3 brow products. I had 3 last year. I replaced the NYX Control Freak with the Anastasia. I like the Anastasia. I like the NYX Control Freak too. They were both good. The Anastasia was just on sale, and I think I like it just a little bit better. Mascara, I am down from 7 to 3, but I've already fixed that. I just ordered some mascara when Sephora had buy one, get one half off. I wasn't loving the mascara that I had left, and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and replace these. Anyways, eyeliners. Looks like it said I went from 6 to 7. I got something from Wayne Goss, and I decluttered that green. It wasn't any good. So I did try that in my Project 10 uses last year, the little green eyeliner that's on the left, and it was not good, so it was decluttered. And then lastly, I don't even tally lashes, but here's my lashes. I've been taking pictures of them. I need to do something about lashes. I don't ever use them. Ever. Alright, so let's look at brow and lash type product numbers. My highest number ever was 43 back in the end of 2014. 43. Wow, I had 23 eyeliners though, and 15 mascaras and primers. So yeah, I'm doing better. I did do a huge declutter at some point with eyeliners, and I used a bunch, you know, too. Mascara, I had 15 as my highest. Thankfully, I do not need 15 mascaras. Last year I was pretty good at 7, but I would like to keep that number to around 4. That's what I can use in a year, so that's a good number for me. Okay, lip glosses. I went from 13 to 10. 10 is actually my goal, which is cool. So I made an effort to use a whole bunch of lip glosses last year. Finally did that. Lip products have been on my radar for a while. The highest number I ever had was 37 glosses, and that was back in 2015. So that was just way too many. I wasn't comfortable with that many. There was no way I was using that many. So I worked on that in both decluttering and using up over the years. Lipsticks, once again, I have 30. It says I have 30. I'm actually down from 32, which is great. I don't think I bought really anything last year. I did get some in different like boxes and things, but yeah, so that's cool. My highest number ever was 46. And that was back in 2017. Lip scrubs, I have 1. I'm down from 3, so I did manage to use those. I don't use lip scrubs all that much, so I will use that one till it's gone, and then I will maybe consider buying another one, or if I get one through some kind of, you know, sample or something like that. I have canceled all of my regular boxes. The only box I get now, I get the Lucky Bag. And then if I see like if a brand is offering some kind of box promotion, sometimes I might interest myself with that. But lip liners, I have 8. That's my highest. My highest ever was 9, and then that's my second highest ever. So I have too many lip liners. I am making an effort to use at least one of these this year, hopefully. Lip liners are one of those things though, like you if you need it, and it needs to be the right color. So it's hard for me to want to declutter lip liners because I just would rather hold on to them until they go bad. Does that make sense? Because like I don't hardly ever use a red lip liner, but when I need a red lip liner, I need it and it has to be red. Like it's just one of those things. So I'm sure some of you understand that. Chapstick I didn't photograph this year. I went ahead and did it this year. I have 12. I just felt like I had been picking up way too many. So that was kind of me photographing this was kind of a way for me to like keep a little bit better track of like, okay, here you have this many products. You don't need to buy anymore. And lastly, my total. So my total highest total ever was 2015. I had 94. Second highest was 69. And now in 2022, I'm at 63. So, but that's including those 12 chapsticks, which I can probably use 12 chapsticks in a year. Nail polishes. Okay, nail polishes are a little bit off. I've kind of like, it's something that I've really evolved the way that I count over the years. So when I first started counting, I only ever counted polish. And then last year I counted some of like top coats, base coats. Well, then this year I'm like, I just want to count everything as far as like remover, thinner, top coats, base coats. So of course there's an increase because I started counting more products. And then I have nail polishes. So I have this little kit, and I don't know if you can tell, it's a front and a back. So here's the front side or whatever side. This is the front side. Nail polishes. I have 63 nail polishes total. My highest ever was in 2014 when I started. I had 96, and then I 2015 I decluttered down to 71, and then I have decluttered and or used polishes. And now I'm at 63. It says in 2019 I had 41. I bet I did some kind of big declutter there. And if you look, my total products, so actually after nail polish, and then this is my total amount of products in all categories. So we have highest number ever, 2014, I had 611. And I'm getting really close. So my second highest number was 2016 at 561, and now my third highest would be 2022. So I really would like to get that back down. I just don't need this many products. However, I did mention a time or two that I am counting more things than I have counted in previous time. So I might actually not be as close as I think. There's a couple categories that I've actually started counting more things. My goal numbers, 311. In 2020, I was very, very, very close. I got all the way down to 357. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what happened. I think COVID happened. It changed my routine. It changed my schedule. It just changed the way I was using things, slowed me down, and and I would say that there's some comfort shopping in there. There's been a lot of sales because of the confusion. I think it left a lot of product on shelves and people trying to get rid of it. And I wanted to include this. I know that you can't read this at all, but I wanted you to be able to see this is the overview of the entire sheet. And I mean, you can very clearly tell where I started. Almost all the numbers are red. And then now where I'm ending. Almost all the numbers are red. So I've done really, really well here in the middle. And then, well, I started with really high numbers. I did really, really well there in the middle. And now I'm back up to the high numbers again. So I want to get that fixed. I do want to do better than that. Anyways, that's my inventory. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that journey with me through my skincare and my inventory and my makeup and just all of the fun stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!